Welcome to Ask Alex Anything, the video blog where you can ask me, Alex, anything you want to about religion. In this final installment of my series on Rob Bell's new book, Love Wins, we examine whether or not Rob Bell is a universalist, as so many of his critics claim. Check out this clip.
So, are you a universalist who believes that everyone can go to heaven regardless of how they respond to Christ on earth?
In regards to the question, are you a universalist, I would say first and foremost, no. And that is a perspective within the Christian stream. There has been, within the Christian tradition, a number of people who have said, given enough time, God will win everybody over.
As you can see from the Martin Bashir interview, Rob Bell denies that he's a universalist. Rob says very specifically that universalism is one perspective within the Christian tradition, a viewpoint to which he himself does not subscribe. First of all, let's define what universalism represents. Christian Universalism believes that God will send everyone to heaven regardless of whether or not they accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. This is not to be confused with Unitarian Universalists who believe that all religions point towards the same God, and none have a corner on the religious market. Now, Rob makes himself very clear that he is not a Christian Universalist. He never says everyone goes to heaven regardless of their beliefs. Like me, Rob believes that Jesus is the way that all people will gain salvation. Another way to think about this is that Jesus is the mechanism through which God's love is poured out on the world. It's your choice whether you choose to accept or reject that love. But perhaps one of the most important questions Rob raises in Love Wins is the idea that if a person were to die and not accept Jesus during this lifetime, would that be the end of the story? Would God not try to win that person over, even in death? Now, just in case you think this idea is somewhere out of left field, there are scriptures that support this perspective. In Peter's first letter to the churches in exile, he says, "The gospel was proclaimed, even to the dead, so that though they had been judged in the flesh, as everyone is judged, they might live in the spirit as God does." Now, it's important to understand that the person who rejects Jesus in life still has the option to reject God in death. But one of the most important lines in Rob Bell's book is when he asks, which is stronger and more powerful, the hardness of the human heart or God's unrelenting, infinite, expansive love? Rob is essentially asking the question, do you believe God's love is so amazing, so giving, so beyond anything we can comprehend, that it can overcome our choice to reject God? If you do, then even the most hardened heart cannot resist God's love forever. Does this mean everyone will be saved? Personally, I believe that's ultimately for God to decide. But I certainly hope so, because that's the kind of love I believe my God possesses. A love that will stop at nothing until the whole creation has been redeemed. I hope you've enjoyed this series on Rob Bell's new book, Love Wins. If you want to learn more, pick up a copy and read the book for yourself. It's well worth your time. As usual, keep sending in your questions to Ask Alex Anything, or come visit us at pinestreet.org. Until next time, bye-bye.